Let's keep the day rolling along. Oliver Anthony, Mama's been hurting. We better go with a little less lip, more listen. I'm positive whatever the hell I am over here, it's overhyped compared to what we're going to hear. I'm very interested. I like a lot of the material this artist puts out. And some interesting lyrical content that people can resonate with over here. So let's see what we get. A nation of sheep will beget a government of wolves. I believe that's a much cooler, hipper way of saying, govern me harder, Daddy, to those who wish their state parents would protect them more as they shit on their regular parents. It's a tough world we live in.
Mama's been hurting, 'cause Daddy's been down. Ain't nobody been working since the mill left town. They got two youngins, not 10 years old, with $200 left in his billfold. And a week's worth of groceries is the price of gold when your whole damn country's been bought and sold. Never there's been hard times, it's always made hard folks who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote. I'd love to live to be an old man.
It's the whole, this channel embraces that idea that it is good times that create weak folks create hard times create hard folks create good times. And then whether you like your a Matrix-like sci-fi tale or your Dust Bowl depression drama, it's lived out in reality, fantasy, sci-fi, fiction, nonfiction. It's lived out. So then when it comes up, I don't take offense no more. I certainly don't think that's some oppressor. The oppressor is telling you pay your money to a state-sanctioned system and that system will help you. That's the oppressor. Folks coming together would have done a lot better if government agencies weren't in the way. Now, there is a fine line there. I don't think we should be stoning each other in the streets either. And unfortunate evidence that still exists on the planet. I'd say outside of propaganda-laden bonfires, we don't... and sports. Effing sports idiots will mob up in a second. But outside of our country, the mob has got a much stronger pull than it does here. We should probably be grateful for whatever social contract allowed that to happen. But I don't know. Weak people create weak times, and weak time creates strong mobs.
She wrote, I'd love to live to be an old man.
Me too.
But God, you can take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. Of thee I sing, digging me a hole my soul can't climb. It's the end of the world, but nobody knows, 'cause they all just stare.
This is an incredible song. I'm a difficult individual, and when they say nobody knows, well, no. I mean, algorithmically, they just keep all the people that know hidden at the bottom. If you are fast tracking us into oblivion, I promise you get to go to the top. Now, you need a much bigger skill set to break through that. Things like this are able to do that. I appreciate it very much. But a lot of people know. They really do. Because then there's the whole other side that go in and make barely nothing, but make sure they take care of everything and then watch everyone else around them put their hand out. Now, I'm talking about a place that has 3 different mills. They didn't move out. Opportunity everywhere, and things go unfilled. Sorry, it's cold up here. I mean, that's probably one of the problems, is cold. People hate that. But I'm just saying, it's weird watching all aspects of this. The unable to recover because the power of nature has rained down upon them with its fury. The inability to recover because won't stand up and try. It runs right? It's a spectrum. It's the unfortunate truth of the bottom is it's inhabited by those who are forced there and those who want to live there. Just as to be fair on the, no boy, is that like the high?
It's digging me a hole my soul can't climb. It's the end of the world, but nobody knows, 'cause they all just stare at the trash on their phones.
It is. They give you this little bar there, just so you know now, and we're right there. So I am not the only one who finds this section. Let's go with interesting. I don't think it's just Mama's been hurting. I think everyone's been hurting. And if they're not, the question would be why? Are they parroting some sort of everything's fine narrative? Because I'm not going to live on carbon credits if elitists are getting to trade human flesh for carbon credits so they can get on their yacht. So, yeah, you want to talk about nobody knows? Yeah, somebody knows. They're going to take it, streamline the whole thing. There'll be first-class travel, of course, because they can afford it. And then there'll be, second and third-class imprisonment. And they brag about that shit, so what? That doesn't mean I'm crazy. It just means I'm observant. A lot of people know.
Oh, can't climb.
Of course, a lot of people will tell you that this is a spying device, and if you're not talking to your personal CIA handler, how you doing today? Hopefully we can make some memes that'll upset your bosses. All right. Fuck you and the people you work for. Now, if you're not putting in the effort, then you're probably a slave to it, not using it as a tool. I'm just saying. I believe that's the point of what's being said here.
It's the end of the world, but nobody knows, 'cause they all just stare at the trash on their phones in a land that's littered with many men's bones who died fighting for somewhere they could call home. Whenever there's been hard times, it's always made hard folks who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote. I'd love to live to be an old man God, you can take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. Of thee I sing.
It's come up quite a bit. Pain, suffering, generational differences in language. But what side of the spiritual fight do you line yourself with? I can't say that I'm far from any example, but I know I constantly keep pointing out that I get to make a choice. I get to align myself with a certain a set of standards that, man, if I bust my ass, I might halfway live up to. Hasn't magically created some sort of fake buffer that I'm better than anybody else. But I know my moral choices tend to side with humanity and those willing to pull together to create something to, let's say, sustain themselves or loved ones around them. Starts falling apart when it gets to, you know, the control side of it all, and I think is why we're here at this timeline, at this point in reality, with music like this resonating with a lot of people, is they don't know how to say it, but they feel it, and I'm grateful. No, I'm grateful for all who put in the effort to tell the hard tale. That's actually a nice little addition. I don't know whose idea that was, but that worked. That really, for me, playing them heartstrings a little stronger with that tone. I liked it. Mama's been hurting. Dad has been left behind. But somehow they told you your salvation here you'll find. Oh, shit. As much as I hate it, I better not break it. They had a broken one for a year. Yeah, no, I don't race out to get the new model. It turns out that is it's a lie. I sold electronics for a couple years, and I learned you just don't buy any new shit. That is for, hey, you see that nation of sheep? Bless your hearts. That's who stands in line to get something on day one. That's someone who says the 15th version of the same thing is good for them, but then wonders why things suck and virtue signals with a bumper sticker. Stop buying the 15th iPhone. Take off the bumper sticker and look around first. Maybe it's part of the, you could be part of the problem, not part of the cure. But, rampant consumerism, what, did it help? Did it help? Hey, did all those seed oils and red dye number 5s, they do us well? I'm not sure strong, healthy people let it all crumble around them. Well, what do I know? Very little. Hopefully, we'll be back to talk about it some other time. Later.